Killmonger removes his helmet, then looks down at the blade that is buried in his chest.
Hell of a move.
Killmonger struggles to breathe. Killmonger winces from the pain. T'Challa stands and picks Killmonger up, dragging him to his feet. T'Challa stands at the top of the great mound next to Killmonger, who is kneeling, watching the sun creep down behind the horizon.
It's beautiful.
Maybe we can still heal you.
Why? So you could just lock me up? Nah. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Killmonger pulls the knife out of his chest, killing himself instantly. T'Challa looks down at his cousin's now lifeless body. This is the scene from my favorite superhero movie and one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time, Black Panther. I love this movie and superhero movies in general. The first one I ever watched, and what I think was most kids' first superhero movie, was Spider-Man 2002. I still have the DVDs for the first and second movies. From there, I've seen a huge number of movies in theaters. I watched Iron Man at age 4 when it came out in 2008, in a crappy movie theater with sticky floors, and I saw the first Avengers movie in 2012 at the Mayfield Drive-In. The Avengers was really the stepping off point for my life as a nerd. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Marvel movies on opening day and watched 6 of the Marvel TV shows on Netflix and Disney+. I even made my own Spider-Man costume and bought both of the Spider-Man PS4 games, which cost $60 a piece. Spider-Man is my favorite. Black Panther was always one of my favorites as well. There was a show in 2010 called Earth's Mightiest Heroes that focused on the Avengers, and Black Panther was part of the team. It was the first time that I'd ever seen Black Panther in any form of media. He was the awesome, sneaky, strong, powerful king of Wakanda. In elementary school, I made a crappy paper-mache mask of him because, at the time, he was my favorite superhero. When the movie was announced, I was excited. My favorite superhero quickly changed back to Spider-Man, for reasons I won't get into here, but I was excited nonetheless. Opening day, I sat down in the theater, the one by the mall, and I walked out a changed man. The movie was so good, I watched it a second time opening weekend. But I didn't know exactly why I liked it so much. I knew it was my favorite superhero movie, but I had no clue what led me to that. Sometimes you can just watch something once or twice and just like it. There doesn't have to be a reason for you to like something, you just do. But that's not me. I can't do that. I have to watch something multiple times, find all the meanings and all the morals, look at all the components that make up the film and evaluate it based on that. I look at how it affects me and why I like it so much. So one day, I decided to watch the movie for a third time. 2 years after the movie was released in 2018, I decided to watch it again because I and everyone else in the world had nothing to do. I found it on Disney+, pressed play, and watched it with a pair of fresh, better informed eyes. I had changed a lot in 2 years, and it was time to watch my favorite superhero movie to see why it was my favorite. My 4-year-old brother was watching it with me, which probably wasn't the best idea in hindsight. This movie has a lot of people getting shot, stabbed, and blown up. I didn't realize this until after the movie, but we kept watching. It got to my favorite scene of the movie, which I talked about earlier, the sunset over Wakanda and Killmonger's death. Right after this, my little brother said something that stuck with me.
Oh no, he died?
Yep.
I liked him.
I thought about that for a long time. It seems like it would have no significance, but I didn't think so. The fact that a kid would be sad when the villain of a movie dies was astonishing to me. Then again, my little brother said the same thing earlier when, in the movie, it seemed like Black Panther died. This was it. I shouldn't have been looking for what it meant to me. I should have looked for what it meant to others. When kids can sympathize with the hero and the villain, that is really powerful. The writing in this movie makes you feel things for people you wouldn't expect. Even the crazy, wacky side villain Ulysses Claw, played by Andy Serkis. We, especially as young children, look up to those that are heroic and brave. There is certainly a slew of characters in this movie that represents this. Okoye, the leader of the Dora Milaje. M'Baku, the ruler of the mountains. Shuri, Black Panther's sister, and the lead scientist of Wakanda. Even Killmonger, the villain. Killmonger is certainly the type of person I would think is cool as a kid. I think he's cool now. Superheroes can inspire us to be better people. And when you learn that from a young age, it can impact the rest of your life. It definitely impacted mine. And for obvious reasons, I think it'll impact my little brothers as well.